Hi everyone, welcome to another Mutual Funds edition of COL Conversations. My name is Mark Ilaw, head of COL Fund Source, and in this episode, we're going to talk to you about the prospects for bond and fixed income investments this 2021. Over the past few years, bond funds have actually attracted quite a number of COL clients, notwithstanding the fact na ang daming uncertainty sa market because of their relative stability, and not to mention the outperformance of these instruments versus stock investments. In fact, in 2019 and 2020, they've returned as much as 6%, or in some cases, direct bonds, double digits paying returns. And so what's in store for the bond market? So to help us make sense of the prospects of this market, we'll be joined by an expert when it comes to fixed income trading. So he's currently a fixed income fund manager at Sun Life of Canada, Philippines, where he helps manage over 130 billion pesos worth of dollar and peso denominated fixed income and money market mutual funds and VULs under SLOCP and its affiliate companies, including Sun Life Asset Management Inc. or SLAMC. He's an experienced fixed income and foreign exchange trader with previous stints at BPI Asset Management as well as Metrobank. He is also a registered financial planner. So please welcome our guest expert today, Mr. Ivan Corcuera.
Hi, Mark.
Hi, Ivan. Good afternoon. Thanks for
Good
the
afternoon.
time.
Yeah, thanks for having me here.
Yeah, so Ivan, as I've mentioned, for the benefit of our viewers lang, so you help manage yung funds ng Sun Life Asset Management Inc., yung mutual funds, the Sun Life Prosperity Fund. So I guess many of our investors naman, kilala yung Sun Life, is a household name. But just to give them an idea, last year, you guys from SLAMC specifically marked your 20th anniversary and you had a milestone reaching 125 billion pesos in assets under management. So first of all, congratulations. And just to let our viewers know, of the funds that you guys manage, we have 6 that we distribute, including your Sun Life Prosperity GS Fund and your Sun Life Prosperity Bond Fund, which is going to be essentially yung topic natin today. So, walk us through your outlook naman, Ivan. So, for 2021, what do you see for the fixed income market, for bond investments, and ano ba yung mga factors na tinitignan natin dyan for this year?
Thanks, Mark, for that question. So, for 2021, we're still constructive on bonds in general. We think interest rates will be lower for longer. Inflation and interest rates have been declining for the past years. Actually, not just for the past years, but for the past 4 decades. No, if the viewers can remember in the 80s, double digits. Ako, I can't remember because I wasn't born then. No? Now we're close to zero for some currencies like let's say Japanese yen or say euro. For Philippines, well, 2020 para halos wala nang rates na naiwan sa market, no, for markets to move that much, no. As we know, yields and prices are inversely correlated, no. So when yields go down, prices go up, no. So locally, yun nga, sabi ni Mark a while ago, we had 2 good years of I'd call it equity-like returns, no, in peso fixed income. Magandang bounce back coming from 2018. Wherein we experienced negative fixed income returns, no? Because of inflation, because of that whole price importation mess. 2019, more than 20% return. So dahil yan sa interest rates coming from 7% all the way to 4.5%. 2020 naman, we started at 4.5%, we ended at 3%, no? So ngayon, 2021, 3% na lang rates. Not much room for rates to go down. Bottom line siguro for me would be for investors or for fixed income investors not to expect a repeat of the last 2 years. I guess yung strategy for us, no, for us as fund managers, we won't be expecting too much big moves in the market anymore. Likely BSP will hike 2022 pa. Or maybe even further out on 2023. So yung 3% na yan, it might it might go sideways, no, for an indefinite period. No? I guess for our fund, we want to navigate this. We want to achieve our return objectives by tactical positioning. It won't be really sideways. Magkakaroon ng ups and downs fluctuations. And yeah, that's where we get our, no, that's what we get our returns. On top of this, we want to also increase accrual by investing in higher yielding corporate assets. Kasi ngayon, if you look at TD rates, they're practically zero. No? It won't get you anything. So, yun, that's what you want for our fund. So in case that rates go up, so meron pa rin, no? There's always that buffer. No? There's always that accrual income part of the portfolio where you can rely on for your fixed income returns. No?
Yeah, just a question, Ivan. No? Now that you mentioned na medyo behind us na yung nakita natin noong 2019 and last year, just to give our investors something that they can hold on to, not necessarily a guaranteed return, but just to have some form of expectation. So ano yung nakikita nyong possible returns ng fixed income instruments for 2021? What range?
Ito na yung $1 million question agad. Yeah. Yung range, parang every year, pag hinihingan kami na expectation, we always say low single digits. But yeah, for 2021, wala naman siguro magbabago, no? Ganun pa rin, even more, no? We should set our expectations even lower because nga, we're starting off at 3%, no? So maybe reasonable to expect somewhere around 3 to 4%.
Got it.
Sana umabot sa 5% para maging juicy enough naman, di ba? Pero yan naman talaga yung fixed income for us, di ba? That's really what the objective of the asset class.
Yeah. Just to clarify, Ivan, the 3% that you're referring to, ito yung yield ng ating 10-year government bond. Am I right?
Correct. So sinabi ko kanina na yun nga, parang ang expectation namin is for rates to go sideways for 2021. Kung sideways, ibig sabihin, flat siya 3%. So mangyayari, kung kunyari ikaw, you were starting from January 1, 3%, and then you hold onto the bond, no, for 1 year, tapos yung yields hindi gumalaw, that's where your return is, 3%. Eh. But then again, nakita naman natin 2018 kung magkaroon nga ng mga surprises na ganito, like before, no, it can go negative. So that's always a possibility, even when you invest in quote-unquote fixed income.
Yeah, actually, now that you mentioned that, Ivan, that's a very interesting point kasi we get that question a lot. If I'm investing in a bond fund, in a fixed income instrument, paano nangyari na nagkakaroon ng negative dyan? Can you expound more on that a bit?
Let's say, for example, you bought a bond na 5%. No? You bought it, let's say today, and it matures 10 years from now. No? So yung 5% na ibig sabihin, that's the going rate of a 10-year bond issued by the government. It pays semi-annual coupon, and you get it. You get 100%, no, at maturity. No? So scenario A, yun yung flat na sinasabi ko. Flat returns, 3%.
So the price did not move.
The price did not move. So yun yung sinasabi ko. So on capital appreciation, flat ka. Wala kang kinita, parang gano'n. Pero you get the 3% accrual, no? YTN. Because you get that every year. Because that's your coupon. You get it in 2 clips of 1.5 kasi semi-annual. 1.5 is 1.5. So ngayon, what would happen if interest rates go up? So why do interest rates go up? No? Siguro number one, inflation. Inflation erodes the value of money over time. So if inflation is higher, markets or investors would require a higher rate of return from issuers. So kunyari yung 3% na yun, okay ka na sa 3% return, Ngayon, tumaas yung inflation to 3%. Ngayon, sasabihin mo, I think I need a premium, di ba? Para sa 10-year bond na hawak ko. Inflation is not 3% anymore, it's 4%. So, gusto ko 4% na. 4% ko na bibilin yung 3% coupon na yan. So, pag sabing fixed income, ito yung fixed part of it, yung coupon. What you receive on an annual basis. What's not fixed is the price. So, dyan ang gagaling yung capital appreciation. Dyan ang gagaling yung losses. So, nangyari ngayon scenario na sabi ko, mag-zero siya. Yan yung potential capital appreciation that you can expect from fixed income at 0%.
I guess ang importanteng takeaway dito, Ivan, for our viewers would be when we talk of fixed income investments, may price din yung mga yan. No? So hindi lang siya coupon-based or interest, meron ding presyo. And as you showed to us, yung presyo na yan nagbabago depende sa level of interests, right? So having said what you said, Ivan, no, in terms of our expectations for the bond market this year, paano ba dapat tignan ng investors yung bond funds halimbawa sa portfolio nila?
So, for 2021, yung sinabi ko 3%, no? Of course, hindi talaga siya exciting, but I think there's always room for bonds in the portfolio. So siguro let me just put my financial planner's hat on. One of the easiest tips na natutunan ko doon when someone asks me about asset allocation, yung go-to ko dyan, that's your age. So when someone asks me, ilang percent dapat yung bonds ko in my investment portfolio, that's your age in percent. So for example, I'm 35 years old. So 35% of my investments are in bonds. No? So there's always room. Another thing, so if you look at this chart, the yellow one is equity returns for that year. No? So 10 years from 2010 to 2020. Yung orange yung FI returns. So if you can see in 2010 to 2015, or at least 2010 to 2014, medyo correlated sila. So kung up yung equities, up rin yung fixed income to a smaller extent. No? So there are some years na mas mataas, but largely, if you look at 2010, 2012, 2014, diba? Equity returns at 30%, 20%, tapos bond returns around 10%. Diba? If you look at the past 5 years, dyan nagkakaiba. Dyan nagkakatalo na malaki. 2016 to 2020, medyo nagulo yung correlation na yun. And I think that brings value to the portfolio. No? Mark mentioned a while ago na 2019, 2020 spectacular years for fixed income. What I'm trying to say is this diversifies your portfolio. It acts as a buffer versus any downturn in your equity investments. No? So that's true for 2020 especially.
Yeah, so if I got it right, Ivan, for our viewers, what you're trying to say is yung fixed income, we don't just look at it from their return perspective na just because naghahanap ka ng returns, hindi mo na masyado papansin yung fixed income. There's always room for it. As you said, asset allocation, you gave an example, your age. It can be situational, depende sa kailangan ng tao. So, laging may room yung fixed income in their portfolio. Ito naman, Ivan, I want to touch on this question as well. I think you have a slide on this. Lagi ring natatanong sa amin to, if I'm looking to invest in fixed income, why would I put in a fund versus diretso na lang ako, bili na lang ako ng bond?
So sige, itong slide will show you the difference nga between products nga ng iba-ibang channel. No? So the first column would be the products that you can get from a bank. No? These are deposits, government bonds, corporate bonds. Second one, those that you can get from trust. And the third one is what we can offer by buying into our Prosperity Bond Fund. So you're able to access a wide variety of fixed income outlets nga that normally you won't have access to being a retail investor especially. Kasi ito pa lang kunyari government bonds, no? Minimum 50,000 versus Sun Life Peso bond. Minimum investment 1,000.
Mhm.
So as small as 1,000, pwede ka na agad magkaroon ng exposure to bonds. You can get all the benefits that a bond investor can get. Aside from that, you're also diversified. Kasi kunyari, binili mo ay corporate bond ng isang relatively safe company. But then again, that company can default. Tapos, I guess one other benefit of investing into a mutual fund is the liquidity that it offers. No? Yung settlement cycle ng mutual funds, you can get your funds T+2. So you only have to wait 2 days, regardless of where markets are. Whether walang liquidity sa underlying market, kailangan namin i-service yun. So, hindi mo yun magagawa sa kunyari corporate bonds kasi kailangan mo maghanap ng buyer on the other end of the deal. Whereas itong on the mutual fund side or on bond funds, you can get liquidity.
Another question that I want to ask Ivan is, ito maganda yung mga benefits of a managed bond fund or fixed income fund. But maraming available fixed income funds or bond funds. Ano bang nagdi-differentiate sa mga bond funds?
I think even compared to equity funds, mas I would say mas diverse pa or mas maraming nuances yung fixed income funds kasi pwede siya mag-iba via tenor. You can have short, medium, long, credit. You can have corporate, you can have pure government. Kahit yung format or yung platform, no? May mutual funds, may UITFs. So iba rin yung fee structures nun, iba rin yung features nun sa kasi iba yung regulators, iba rin yung mga pwede rin ilagay sa iba rin yung underlying assets nila. As I mentioned a while ago, yung liquidity or settlement cycle can differ as well. Some can pay out easier than others. Makikita mo yun sa fund fact sheets, makikita mo yun sa prospectus. I think investors really need to check the fine print. Isa pang na-overlook na malaking bagay, I think, fees. No? So, hindi sila pare-parehas, especially the fee structure. Yung palang difference between MF and UITF. No? And I think investors really need to know what they're putting money into. Kailangan nila makita yung track record of the fund manager. No? Hindi kasi lahat din pare-parehas din. May mga fund managers who are known to swing for the fences. Malalaki yung deviation ng return nila on a year-to-year basis. No? So, either they can win big or lose big. No? Alamin niyo yun. Alamin niyo yung return profile din, risk and return profile ng funds that you invest in. Kung kunyari hindi nyo na-meet yung objectives mo, whether on the return or on the risk, you can always switch. You can always sell out. And I think very convenient enough, no? Especially with platforms such as Citysec Online, na everything talaga at the touch of your fingertips.
Yeah, great set of pointers, Ivan. Siguro, just to end our conversation, as a fund manager, anong mapapayo mo sa mga investors natin na maglalagay ng pera sa fixed income given what you said this year?
Best advice that I can give, time is an asset. So, invest as early as you can. Yung mga nanonood na dito, especially those young ones nga na very hesitant sila about investing, di ba? But you can always read up, you can always watch videos like this, diba, to educate yourself, di ba? So that you can make informed decision and make your money work for yourself. Yeah, time is definitely on your side, and siguro more than interest rates, more than returns, no? I think this is one of the big factors nga ng investment portfolio, yung compounding. or how returns grow by themselves.
All right, very well said, Ivan. Thank you for that. So once again, salamat sa oras and insights. So as we've learned from Ivan, despite the fact that 2019-2020 performance may be behind us, there's still always a place for fixed income in your portfolio. So if you'd like to check out any mutual funds invest in the fixed income, just log into your COL account. Punta po kayo sa COL Fund Source. We have the bond funds there as a category. Kasama na dun yung funds that Sun Life is currently managing. So with that, thank you for joining us and we'll see you in the next episode.